What if one day your body started changing in a way no one could explain? What if the bleeding never stopped? Will you trust the whispers of the villagers, the promises of a prophet, or the truth hidden in the city? This is the story of Adunni, a beautiful young girl whose life took a shocking turn, and the terrifying secret she uncovered. In the quiet village of Ijumu, there lived a girl named Adunni. She was as beautiful as the morning sun, with skin as smooth as fresh palm oil and eyes that shone like river water. Everyone in the village loved her, but then something terrible happened. One morning, Adunni woke up and found blood on her wrapper. "Ah, my daughter has become a woman," Iya Adunni rejoiced. But days passed and the blood did not stop. 7 days, 14 days, one whole month. Adunni grew weak. Her once bright eyes became dull, her laughter faded, and her legs could barely carry her. The villagers began to whisper, "She is cursed," some said. "No girl should bleed for so long," others murmured. Iyadunni ran to Baba Leke, the village healer. He tied a red cloth around Adunni's waist and gave her herbs to drink, but the blood kept flowing. The old women tried their own remedies, bathing her in river water at midnight, rubbing her body with palm oil and calling on the spirits of their ancestors, but nothing worked. "Take her to the city," an elder advised. "There is a prophet there, a powerful man of God. He can heal her." So with the little money she had, Iyadunni took Adunni to Lagos. The city was loud and busy. Unlike their quiet village, they went straight to Prophet Ayodele's church, where people claimed miracles happened every day. The prophet looked at Adunni, then closed his eyes. He hummed, clapped his hands, and shouted, "The spirit is speaking." "The spirit?" Adunni whispered, hope shining in her tired eyes. "Yes," the prophet said, shaking his head sadly. "Your daughter's bleeding is not ordinary. Someone has caused her. But do not worry, I can break the curse." Iyadunni fell to her knees. "Please, man of God, help my daughter." Prophet Ayodele smiled. "Bring her back tomorrow night alone. The spirit needs silence to work." That night, as Adunni lay on a mat, she felt uneasy. Something did not feel right. Why must she come alone? Why did the prophet smile so strangely at her? The next day, she decided to find out the truth. What she discovered was more shocking than anything she had ever imagined. Dear story lovers, please, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so, and please comment where you're watching from. Let's keep enjoying this story. Adunni lay awake long after her mother had fallen asleep. The candle flickered in the small room they rented in the city. Something about Prophet Ayodele's words made her skin crawl. "Bring her alone." Why alone? Her heart pounded as she thought of the strange way he smiled, the way his eyes never left her face. She had heard whispers in the village, stories of young girls who went to certain prophets for help but never returned the same. "I must be careful," she told herself. The next night, Iyadunni hugged her daughter tightly before sending her off. "Be strong, my child. By the time you return, you will be healed." Adunni nodded, but her feet felt heavy as she walked towards the large church. It was dark inside. lit only by candles. Shadows danced on the walls. Prophet Ayodele stood at the altar, dressed in flowing white robes. His voice was deep as he chanted words she didn't understand. "You are here, my daughter," he said, smiling. "Yes, Prophet," Adunni said, keeping her head low. "Good night. The spirit shall speak through me." He led her to a small back room. Inside, there was a mat on the floor, a small pot of oil, and a strange black calabash. "Lie down, child," he commanded. Adunni's hand trembled, but she obeyed. The prophet dipped his fingers into the oil and rubbed it on her forehead, her stomach, and then his hands moved lower. She gasped and quickly grabbed his wrist. "Prophet, what are you doing?" "The spirit says you must be cleansed," he said, his smile stretching wide. "This is the only way to stop the bleeding." Adunni's stomach twisted. She had been right. Something was very wrong. Summoning all her strength, she pushed his hands away and jumped up. "I don't believe you," she shouted. The prophet's eyes darkened. "You dare question a man of God?" Adunni backed away, her heart racing. "You are not a man of God. You are a liar." Fury flashed across his face. He stepped towards her, but before he could grab her, Adunni turned and ran. She sprinted through the empty church, past the flickering candles, past the silent pews. She could hear his footsteps behind her. Faster, faster. She burst out of the doors and into the night, running all the way back to her mother. Adunni was waiting, worry written all over her face. "My child, what happened?" Between deep breaths, Adunni told her everything. Her mother's face turned pale. "This man is evil," Adunni whispered. "We must leave at once." But just as they gathered their things, a loud knock came at the door. Bang, bang, bang. A deep voice hummed, "Open this door. You cannot run from the man of God." Adunni and her mother froze. The knock on the door grew louder. "Open this door," Prophet Ayodele's deep voice thundered. "You cannot run from the man of God." Adunni's hand trembled as she pulled her daughter close. "We must leave now," she whispered. But there was no way out. The only door led to the front, where the prophet was standing. Adunni's heart raced. Then she saw the small window at the back of the room. It was tiny, but maybe, just maybe, she could fit through. "Go," Adunni whispered urgently. "Climb through and run." "What about you, Mama?" Adunni asked, tears filling her eyes. "I will be fine, but you must get help." The door shook as the prophet banged harder. Adunni had no choice. She climbed onto the small stool and squeezed through the window. Her feet hit the ground outside, and without looking back, she ran as fast as she could. She didn't stop until she reached the big market square, where traders were packing up their goods for the night. "Help! Help!" she screamed. A crowd gathered. "What is it, child?" She pointed back towards their house, gasping for air. "The prophet! He is trying to hurt my mother." The people exchanged glances. Prophet Ayodele was well known. Some worshipped him, but others had always suspected he wasn't as holy as he claimed. "Let's go," a young man shouted. The crowd followed Adunni back to the house. When they arrived, they found the door wide open. Inside, Adunni stood trembling, while the prophet loomed over her. He turned his face, twisting in shock as he saw the angry villagers. "You!" an old woman pointed at him. "What are you doing here at this hour?" "He tried to harm my daughter," Adunni cried out. Gasps filled the air. The young men grabbed the prophet before he could escape. "We must take him to the king," someone shouted. Prophet Ayodele struggled, but he was outnumbered. The people dragged him to the palace, where the king listened to everything. The king's face darkened. "You have used the name of God to deceive people," he said. "For this you will be punished." The next day, Prophet Ayodele was sent away from the city, never to return again. But Adunni's bleeding still hadn't stopped. Desperate, Adunni took her to a big hospital in Lagos. There, the doctor examined her carefully. "Your daughter has a medical condition," he said. "She is not cursed, and she does not need a prophet. She needs treatment. With the right medicine, Adunni's bleeding finally stopped. She grew strong again, her laughter returning like sunshine after the rain. And so, she and her mother went back to their village wiser than before." The moral of this story is that not everyone who calls themselves a prophet is truly from God. Some use religion to deceive and harm people. When something seems wrong, trust your instinct and seek help. Some problems are not spiritual but medical. Always seek proper treatment. Evil may hide in the dark, but the truth will always come to light. If you can still hear my voice, thank you so much for watching this story to the end. And please subscribe to my channel for more life-changing stories like this. And please don't forget to share your thoughts about this story with me in the comment section. If you like this story, give it a thumbs up. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your constant support. You are the real MVP. Till I bring your way again another intriguing and interesting story. Bye for now.